2023, welcome back to Slay and Shine. Now, Inner Peace and Soul Care. This is your hostess, Clemence Lefreitas. It is my birthday. I'm 47 years old today. Let's take this moment to bless our life, bless our bodies, bless our souls, and honor ourselves with good health. If you are not driving or on the treadmill, and if you are on the treadmill or driving, you can stay conscious of your surroundings by doing the breath, taking the inhales and blessing yourself, clearing the mind of all stresses, anxieties, and overwhelm. But for those who are in a safe space where you can, let's take the moment with me and my tongue drum to bring some inner peace, the breath of life into our life force. So when you're ready, close your eyes, place your hands on your heart. Inhale the breath of life. Begin to bless every cell and every organ in your body with refreshing new energy. And as you exhale, releasing all the energies, tensions, stress, and worries, all the sickness and disease. Release, let go, surrender, clear space, and make room for joy, health, wealth, peace, and love. One big last inhale, slow, long, deep. Feel yourself center. Feel your body and your mind unite with your heart. And allow every thought, word, action, and interaction you take in your life be united and aligned deeply with your heart. Move with love, speak with love, think with love towards others, but most importantly, towards yourself. And as you exhale, releasing all unforgiveness of self, all rejection, self-sabotage of self, to allow more of this God energy into your body, into your life. Higher frequency, higher life, higher peace and serenity for every cell and molecule and blood platelet for your body, for every thought and emotion in your heart and mind. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Source, Almighty Creator, Holy Spirit, our angels and ancestors, our spirit guides whom only serve love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Ashe, Namaste, and Mashallah. Refresh, refresh, refresh. It is a new year. It's time to refresh, and the new moon is coming up on Saturday. So if this year had been slow in setting goals, setting intentions, creating a vision for yourself for the new year, and kind of feeling lost and not really knowing where you're going, or maybe you're just like, you know what, let life surprise me. That's also good. But there's also a balance between being intentional, having focus, having discipline, organization, order, and being a creator in life in this matrix, since we are made in the image of our divine creator. We too are creators. There is a balance of allowing, letting go, setting free, surrendering, and allowing us ourselves to receive unexpected goodness and miracles in our lives. But there's also this balance, on the other hand, of knowing where we want to go so that life doesn't happen to us, that we are being conscious participants in the creation of our life, and unsubscribing from those things, places, people, situations, and experiences that do not serve our highest and best good for the good of all or not at all. So, before we go into this uh, show, please stay tuned after these messages. Come right back.
If your mind and spirit has been overwhelmed with fears, anxieties, stresses, worries, and even self-sabotage, book your session on slayandshine.com/book your sessions.
This show is taking a shift through many of the lessons that I learned last year and relearned, tried to push away the lessons, reminding myself that those lessons are there for a reason and take heed. Now, Slay and Shine Inner Peace and Soul Care. So, we've got some great interviews already lined up with my girlfriend check ins, checking in with our friends with their inner peace and their mental health and their emotional well being, creating a deeper, intimate connection with people who vibe on our same frequency, who are a match, and stop trying to force the matches that we create because of maybe obligation or maybe because of society says this is the way we're supposed to go, or whatever structures and that were set in place, that we, with our gift of free will from the Most High, get to choose who and what we get to do and want to do and experience with this one big, beautiful life that we are living. My 2023 word of the year is yes. I have two. It's yes and inner peace. It came through three big lessons, well, mostly two big lessons from last year. And the biggest one is who is for me and who is not for me. And I guess the second part of that is letting it be, being at peace, even through the challenging moments, even through the experiences that were hurtful and painful and eye-opening, shocking even, we can call. But through those lessons, finding the peace and letting peace be the foundation, or the what we stand upon as we go through it. This year I'll be married for 25 years. We're coming up on our 25th anniversary. And last year it was challenge, and I thought, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm getting older. I'm 47 and it's time to go, because if I'm going to be this big, beautiful creator of my life, I want to make the best of what time I have left. And I have quite a bit of time to, like, since I'm pretty much on the cusp of the middle of life, the middle of equal time in the past and equal time in the future, I want to create something amazing and experience and love deeply. So I was like, okay, let me leave and create something new. Take my ante, And that's difficult because she's 94 and I'm her caregiver. But who would have my back in, like, deeply in my time of need, in my darkest moments? And what I learned was blood is not thicker than water. It's not. And when people say that, maybe question it, because our bodies are made of over 80% water. Our blood that runs nutrients and minerals and vitamins to every organ in our body is majority water, and we don't want water or that blood to be thick and sluggish and running through our veins slow and difficult. We want it to flow. We want it to flow, and that's how love should be. Love should just flow. Even in your deepest, darkest times, the people that you expect to be there for you, your tribe that you're born and birthed into by blood, isn't necessarily going to be there for the hard times. And that's okay. A peace that came through me was there's a higher, deeper being, energy, spirit, whatever you want to call God, that lives within me. And no matter what circumstance, what experience in life, the belief that everything will work out in my favor, and not to reach for the outer world, the people in the outer world, to necessarily be that love and support. And, of course, the ego wants to cry and be at pain and be like, oh my gosh, that's so not fair. Of all the times and gifts and support that you give to others, and being a recovering people pleaser, a recovering person who has put others before my own well-being, it can be a hard lesson of awakening to learn. In the end, what I saw was people who, once you clear out that space, cut those energetic ties, cut the cords and the toxic codependencies in relationships, once those are released, let go, surrendered, and cut, then all you're left with is your own beautiful auric field, your own life force. And within your own life force, within your energy, you get to feel the support of the Almighty. You get to feel the movement of God within your body, within your mind, because we are temples of the Most High. So being at peace within the chaos, being at peace within the uncertainty of what's happening around us. One thing I'm so grateful for is a gratitude practice, especially when things don't look great or looks pretty bleak on the outside. Having a gratitude practice shifts us from one state of being, from one energy or frequency, into another state of being, into a calmer state. It helps bring us to new perspective. And realizing last year that my husband truly is on my side, truly is in my corner and has my back, even in times where I thought, okay, this is it. We've been married 25 years. It's time to let go, surrender, and start anew. Oh my gosh. He really does have my back. And those who we were initially initiated onto this earth with, that support system that we thought should be there through thick and thin, no matter what, through your bleakest, darkest moments. It's our reminder that our free will choice that we were blessed and gifted, that we can choose to opt out, to change directions, to shift into another healthier way of relationship with others and ourselves. So I'm so grateful for my husband. I'm so grateful to learn that, sometimes siblings and parents can only be there in the capacity that they can, in the level of healing that they have received through their intentional choice or not choosing to heal. We have to let them go through their own life journey and not feel it should be different. It should be better. It should be like the Cosby Show and Growing Pains. Remember the 80s when all of the sitcoms were like centered around family before the 90s when it turned into Friends. But it used to be before Friends was the sitcoms were about family nucleuses. So I was raised in this era of watching television and seeing how healthy family structure should be and wanting it, desiring it, and hoping for it. But coming to the realization that the family, that love, that unconditional support doesn't necessarily come from there. It doesn't have to. We get to raise our frequency, vibe at in a different channel, switch this radio station to the channel we want to be on, and see and attract those who match greatly. So last year I graduated from a 3-year internationally accredited healing school. Mind you, I've been in business for over 20 years. I was in fitness, owned a gym. I what else? Did bodybuilding. I even hosted and produced bodybuilding shows. I did it without going through college. I, at 18, asked my parents if they could send me to college, and they said no. Although they did pay for my sister, who's a year younger than me, to go to college after me and got her a degree, I didn't get to go. I went to travel academy or airline academy for 3 months, which was $3,600 for 3 months. I started in June, and by that fall, I was living in California, and that's where I met my husband. All this to say that I put myself through healing school, which was really difficult, because not difficult in a manner of, hardship and pain, although it does. When you're going through healing your chakras, you go up the ladder, and with each chakra that you study, it brings up a lot of maybe the unhealed inner child issues that were left undealt. And so through that process of going through healing school, learning about the chakras, churning up, revisiting old stuff so that they can come up into the light, because whatever you hide in the dark eventually comes into the light, either unconsciously, and when it's unconscious, we react or get triggered to act in a way that we're not skilled or practiced in. So it's better to do it in a controlled situation where you get to examine the chakras, the childhood issues, and love on it, heal it, be aware, bring awareness, and change the scenario, heal it so that it no longer has to It no longer has to dictate or influence the thoughts and the interactions that we have with people now in our life today. So that was a beautiful moment in my life last year that I was so super duper proud of. Like finishing something hard, going through and surviving something challenging and difficult as healing school, and being proud at the end. It's something that you kind of want to share that joy with others. So I want to take this moment again to not just, because I don't want to use the word just. I feel like using the word just belittles or downplays what I want to say. And I really want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to 3 friends who unexpectedly showed up for me. And that was Arlesia and Dorothy Inez and Mrs. Anita for showing up to my graduation when my family didn't. And my husband, who is not blood, but whose love and support is thicker than all the mud that we've dredged through and survived and overcame. And through all the stuff we've been through, to see that we're still standing, he's still standing. When things happen like that, here's some lessons: is to keep that inner peace, to find the inner peace, to recenter yourself back to self and re-enter the temple of God in your heart, the seat of the soul, and find that all the things that you seek, that love, that joy, that peace is right there. You already have it, and we don't have to depend on the outer world to get it. And what happens is the right people show up unexpectedly. Now I have a friendship that I feel safe with because I cleared out, cut cords, released and surrendered and let go of all of the others that didn't really serve my highest good. And also my auntie, which is crazy. My aunt, who came from the Philippines when I was 6 years old, she lived with us in the beginning when she got started in this country. But when I was 6, she moved out and got married and had her family of her own. And we lost touch and didn't really communicate a lot, even though we live in the same city and very close nearby to one another. Last year, I started mushroom foraging, mushroom hunting with her, and she turned out to be the mother figure that I've always wanted, that sitcom 80s sitcom family nucleus that I wanted. She was there to help me take a vacation. I went to Costa Rica last year, take a vacation, which is hard for me to do because I am full-time caretaker of my dad's sister, my auntie Felly, who is 94 years old, who lives with me. But my auntie Fanny, she was a professional caregiver for the elderly. So she gave me so much love, so much support, so much time, and a lot of education and lessons on how to be a better caretaker and the ins and outs, and but mostly the the love and the unconditional support. And so whenever she needs anything, for me, whenever she needs emotional support or she needs me to run the store and pick up anything, I'm there for her. And when she wants me to drive 2.5 hours to the coast to go mushroom picking, I volunteer to do that for her because I love her and I want to, like, I actually, with my free will choice, want to love and support her um, in return for all the love and support that she gives to me. So thank you to my husband. Thank you to my Auntie Fanny, who has stepped up to be the loving, nurturing mother figure in my life. To my 3 friends and my high school friends that we have, like some of my high school friends, we've stayed in touch through text, through the birthdays, through the holidays, through the, just keeping in touch and knowing that there's people thinking of you and wanting the best, wanting good wishes, wanting to bless, wanting to send good vibes. Grateful for these people. And in the past, I used to feel so lonely. I went through a bout of depression, a bout of anxiety, and in that time, I had to really step away from people, cocoon, and recenter myself, come back to self, come home to myself. But during that time, you lose connection with those who normally are in your life, but it's a great opportunity to clear out and see who else comes up. Thank you to my classmates from healing school, to my auntie, to my 3 friends who showed up to my graduation, my only graduation that I've had since I didn't get to go to college, um, and helping me through this hard year this year, because I normally don't share my business because it's really none of your business. But I also want to be open, transparent, and vulnerable because there's other people going through what I go through. I also want to thank my brother-in-law, Troy, and my sister-in-law, Emily. It's crazy when we refocus on love and who we can go to for advice and support, and who's safe, who's non-judgmental. The people will start showing up when we give ourselves that unconditional love and we learn to let go, even though when it's hard, of the people that we love. I lost a friend this year, not lost because she passed away. We decided to part ways this year, and relinquish our contact because I stood in my power, because I stood for what I felt was right at that time for my family. When you stand up for your priorities and stop putting other people first, sometimes you will be seen, many times you will be seen as selfish, but that is only a reflection of their own insecurities and what they're going through. A true friendship will value and respect that you're making the right decision for your life and that you're using your gift of free will to choose what your priorities, what your values, what your morals are, and to stand in it. And those friendships should respect that and should be able to honor that in your life, right? So I want to thank my other sister-in-law, Mary, and my other sister-in-law, Jennifer. So be mindful, and be that person to check on other people too. And if you hear any gossip and any bad news about someone you love, please do call and check on them because you might be getting a one-sided story. And if you truly are, that one who wants to be a sounding board, a safe space of support for people, then be unconditional with your love. Have no favoritism or judgment. Just be in a place where you can hear. So, this show this year, we're moving towards inner peace. We're moving towards soul care, moving towards saying yes, a definite yes to your own priorities, your own values, and allowing yourself to see, take clues, take note of the situations happening around you, to you, and through you, so that you can adjust, shift, change directions when needed, and be at peace even when you don't want to make the changes, even when you are going through the deep, dark, hard times in life. how to recenter and be at peace. So I have a great episode next week with my girlfriends that I met through business networking several years ago. We've become good friends again when I cut cords and release and surrendered and let go of energies that no longer serve my highest good. Old friends started popping up and showing up with great light. So I'm so happy that they'll be on my show next week, Denise and Debbie. They'll be on the show next week. Please stay tuned for more Slay and Shine. And thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love and support through the years. I'm excited to create what 47 is going to look like with more people who vibe on the same frequency, and love and joy, peace and health to you all.